Yo, what's happening, world? Welcome back to another episode of Zoom Live, Damn YouTube Sports Talk Show. It's your boy Ralph. We got Ian. We got Jay. Fellas, what's going on? What's happening? How y'all feeling?
I'm doing good, man. It's Monday. Baseball season on right now. Cubs and the Brewers are having that battle right now in the NL Central, and it's good. Right now being able to watch some baseball. So
speaking of the Brewers, they in Atlanta right now, so they might win that series. So I mean, might have to look over your shoulder there, Ian.
I mean, you got the former Milwaukee team, and you got the current Milwaukee team. So
I mean, if you want to win a series, just come to Atlanta. Or if you want to win a series, just play Atlanta. They'll get a game,
but y'all beat us.
You'll win 2 out of 3 at best, split. But right now, the team that you want to be playing right now is Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing for nothing. We ain't make no moves at the deadline. No meaningful moves anyway. So I mean, we ain't playing. We just trying to finish the seasons because that's what the schedule say. That's all we doing. We ain't going nowhere.
Well, my boy, here, Cubs fan. I didn't know Bama was a Cubs fan, so he a Bears fan.
Cubs go Cubs go.
Nah. We're not gonna do that.
Jay, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Cool, man. I think the Braves beat us though, right? Didn't y'all sweep us? The Giants?
Nah, we didn't sweep y'all. I don't think we did. I don't know when the last time we swept. They Braves and sweep.
I know y'all beat us.
And I'm too worried. Braves and sweep don't go together unless the Braves getting swept. That's it. But the Braves ain't sweeping nobody right now. Yeah, we ain't sweeping nobody. We just, like I said, we just trying to finish the season because that's what the say. We ain't going nowhere.
I mean, if you're not gonna make the playoffs, I mean, you ain't doing that.
Nah, we ain't making the playoffs. If anything, we playing spoiler. We knocking somebody else out. That's it. That's our playoffs this year, and that's sad when that's your playoffs is stopping somebody else from going. That's not Braves baseball. So next year is definitely gonna be different. Look for a whole, a new manager, few new players, and it's gonna be a different regime next season. Next season ain't gonna be like this. I guarantee you that.
You say you guarantee it, huh?
See it. Remember,
they got a clean house. I mean, you won a World Series, but that's a couple of years removed. So
yeah, remember Frank Lucas on American Gangster? I guarantee. Nick Barnes, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I mean, in that film, Idris Elba, what you gonna do? Shoot me? 2 seconds later.
Yeah, boom, he did it.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, Steph Curry feeling underpaid because NBA players don't have equity in the teams. I don't know if y'all seen. I seen a clip of the interview, and the clip that I seen was all I needed to see because I just seen it on social media. They didn't show the whole interview; they just showed a clip of it. Basically,
what up, dog?
They did what the Golden State Warriors were valued at before Steph or when Steph arrived versus what they're valued at now. And so Steph feels underpaid because he doesn't have, or not just him, but NBA players don't have equity in these teams. Golden State Warriors before Steph or when they drafted Steph was around $315 million. That's what they were, valued at. So now
$15 million, that's it? Dang.
At that time, you know what I'm saying? So now they're almost $9 billion.
Dang.
So that's a huge increase.
Yeah, it is.
Value. So Steph is basically saying he feels underpaid, even though he's getting, I don't know, something 50 million or 60 million, something like that, something crazy. He feels underpaid because he doesn't have equity, or the players doesn't have equity in these teams. So I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna see what y'all think about this. Should these NBA players like Steph, not all NBA players now, the Steph Curry caliber players, should they have equity in the team?
So here's what I'm going to say, because there's two things about that statement that are not being talked about because it's being avoided for a reason. The first reason why the Golden State Warriors were valued only about $150 million, now they're $9 billion, is because you had a change in ownership. Joe Luka bought the Warriors after Steph Curry was drafted.
Right.
So the previous owner, that was the value. But when the new owner bought it and he put everything into it, he increased the value. The media rights, that went up. The broadcasting deal went up. The merchandise sales, they went up. So, yes, I understand from a broad perspective that it looks like it was
What
just
up, Crip?
it was just Steph Curry, it was just Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and all that. But here is what is going to be not addressed. That's the fact that you had the new ownership, and he is a billionaire, and he put a lot of his own money into building up the Golden State Warriors. In fact, the luxury tax, the Golden State Warriors were happy to pay it because they had a billionaire who was willing to pay that luxury tax. So that's something that was kind of omitted from there. Now, the second thing I do want to mention is that NBA players owning teams, it already happens, but it's former players buying into an ownership group. It's ex-NBA players becoming owners after they retire. The idea that current NBA players have a stake of ownership while they are playing, there is going to be a conflict of interest there. There's going to be a situation where the ownership side and the player side, they're not going to agree on certain issues. They're not going to agree on certain points. So to have an NBA player have equity in a team, even if it's a 1% stake, there's going to be a conflict of interest. And that's why the NBA will never allow it. Because once a player owns a stake of an ownership while he's an active player, there's going to become a conflict.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with Ian. Even if it is players like Steph who changed the game, probably like LeBron, Joker or somebody like that, because I mean, at the end of the day, they still playing. You know what I mean? Like they're still players, they're still employees, and employees don't own the businesses for the most part. You know what I mean? So as long as you're an employee, that's what you are. You're a player, and then when you retire, then you could, you know what I'm saying, get a chance to own a part of the team and stuff like that. But I mean, I understand what Curry's saying but right now you're still basically an employee, and in the other job, employees don't really own or have a share in the company that they work for. So, I mean, it is what it is, though. I'm not mad that Steph won it.
Okay, so Steph was drafted in what, 2009?
He was 2009. And that ownership group bought it around 2010, 2011, around there.
So he was about 2 to 3 years tops when the new owner, right? All right, so I was getting, I think, 62 million, 62 and a half, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he up there.
Before Steph got there, did the Golden State Warriors have a fan base outside of the Bay Area? I don't recall nobody being
It was mostly Bay Area, mostly.
Yeah, I don't recall nobody else being. And even when Steph first got there, Steph didn't take off when he first got there.
It took like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, he kept getting injured. He kept injuring his ankle, and it was limiting.
I mean, some people forget that was the We Believe Warriors. That was only 2 years before Steph Curry even got
Baron Davis.
That's when you have Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, Monte Ellis. I mean, there were some players there. So
yep. Who was the coach? Don Nelson.
Yep.
I think it was Don Nelson.
The coach, Don Nelson. Okay.
Gun.
The infamous series where they beat Utah, right? They upset Utah.
They upset the number 1 seed Dallas in 07.
That was Dallas.
Yeah, they were the 8th
ended
seed.
Karolinko's career.
Yeah, that's Baron Davis dunked on Karolinko.
Yeah, ended AK-47. Yeah,
and they upset that. Yeah, you're right. So what I'm getting at is or example of what if he did have equity in the Golden State Warriors and he got traded from the Warriors somewhere else? So how you gonna have equity in one team but playing for another one?
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
what would have to happen is similar to what happened with the NFL, where if you have a stake of equity in one team and you go to another one, you have to give up that equity in that first team. Like that's something in the NFL CBA, by the way. When Josh Harris, who was already a previous owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was a minority owner. When he bought the majority stake in the Washington Commanders, he had to give up his minority stake in Pittsburgh to then become the majority owner of Washington. It's in the CBA. You have to give it up.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Now, what Steph could do is Steph could get in on the Mav Carter and LeBron thing, because I don't know if y'all read, they trying to in the near future create their own basketball league.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Are you trying to do that
They,
LeVar Ball thing?
it was rumored that they had Mav Carter, LeBron, and they had some other guy. They was on a yacht, and they was having a meeting. It was them three. So people are speculating that's what the meeting was about. You know, coming up with the idea of creating their own, league in the near future. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if Steph want to get in on that, I mean, and he would have his, I mean, it's enough NBA players now making enough money where they can pool their resources and money together and create something. I don't think NBA is going to let players have equity. I think the closest thing, and like Ian said, this would have been the closest thing to it, but it would have been after retirement.
Exactly.
I mean, Michael Jordan did it. Grant Hill did it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a couple of NBA players who are now owners. So
Yeah, Magic.
Magic.
LeBron had a shot at it, when he left Cleveland, went to Miami, then left Miami and came back. Now if I was LeBron, I don't know what if he thought about it or not, but if I were him, the only way I would have came back to Cleveland is if I retired. They put in my contract that I get, a percentage ownership of the team. If they wouldn't do that, I ain't coming back, because ain't no way in the hell I'm going back somewhere where the people burn my jersey, the ownership talk bad, going back and bringing y'all back to life, after y'all done that after I left.
Right.
Because LeBron really changed the whole economy in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Everything was down when he left. Everything was up when he was there, and then everything went to hell when he left and went to Miami. And they basically had to start from hell. You know what I'm saying? With Wiggins, some players, and Kyrie and all that. And then Bron came back and brought the economy back, and got them back on national televised games and got all that. So if I was LeBron, that would have been the closest thing to equity. Once I retired, I would have a percent. But like you said, I don't think it's gonna happen. These NBA owners, they ain't going for it.
Yeah, they greedy, man. They ain't about to give, what I'm saying, no players no say. Because they go, nah, it's not gonna happen.
They'll give him a raise. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? With the deals kicking in and the team salaries and stuff going up. So there's be more money players can get on contracts, and we seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Luka signed a 3-year extension, and
Right.
this extension he's eligible for another one for like $400 some million.
Dang.
5-year extension for like 400 something crazy like that.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah, so the money is only growing. So that's the only closest thing to equity that these players gonna get is when the money grow. They're not giving up. Yeah, I mean, you got these old people who don't even know shit about basketball. They just rich enough and wealthy enough to own a franchise. I mean, you can go down the line and name teams who made bad move after bad move after bad move, and you can tell that somebody don't know shit about basketball. They just wealthy enough to own a team. They ain't smart enough to hire the right people that know. They just doing it because they own it, and it's the same teams that don't do shit every year that you can look at and be like, this ownership doesn't know nothing about basketball. They just wealthy enough to own a franchise. So if
Charlotte,
if they doing that, then they damn sure ain't about to give a player equity.
Josh, do I need to remind you who owned Charlotte for the majority of that time period?
Jordan is horrible.
Right, but he's supposedly the GOAT of basketball.
He's the GOAT of basketball, but you would think so, but no.
But at some point, you got to put. I think Jordan had an ego too, where he wanted. Mm-hmm. He didn't want nobody to come in and do something that he felt like he was the best at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you notice, some of the best players that played the game were some of the worst coaches, were some of the worst.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. But you get guys that were just players or role
I
players.
don't know about Bird. Was Bird bad? I know they didn't really do nothing. Did they do anything under Bird when he was a coach?
I mean, he was more of a coach in Indiana. Like he was a coach, GM type. I don't think he was ever owner. I think he was like more of a front office.
I mean, when he was a coach though, was he?
Yeah. They went to the NBA Finals. They lost to LA.
Oh, he did under Bird. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Matt.
I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that was Bird when Indiana lost to LA.
Yeah, Magic Johnson was horrible as
I was about to say Magic was trash.
What, about 2 weeks, and they fired his ass after about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
like,
bad.
the greatest players weren't the best at the position they were in, but when you had average players or good role players, they were some of the best at.
They make the best coaches and stuff like that.
Yeah. Some guys that's coaching, you don't even remember them playing, but
exactly.
But the guys you remember playing, they horrible.
Like Phil Jackson. You'll never hear about Phil Jackson playing.
I was gonna say Pat Riley. Most people forget that he was a talented college basketball player and he played in the NBA.
Yeah, but you don't be here. You'll never see their highlights.
No, don't, bro. You really don't. Ime Udoka. You know what I'm saying? He was
right.
But he's a good coach. But nobody remembers him. When he played. But they no equity. But I get what Steph's saying. Once you that type of player, and I don't think Golden State would be valued at that much if it wasn't for Steph.
Not at all.
Because
all those
Steph changed it. Yeah, Steph changed the game.
Helped out as well. Yeah, those champions.
Yeah, Steph changing the game and winning at the same time.
But what I'm getting at is they wouldn't have those championships if it wasn't for Steph. They needed Steph for those championships. I don't think
for sure.
You couldn't take Steph off the team and they still win those championships.
No, he was the best player on all teams.
Yeah, so Steph is a huge.
That's the system. That's his team. Like everything evolved around Steph and Golden State.
Yeah, he was
the funny part about that is that I don't know if you guys remember this, but Golden State almost traded Steph in 2011. It's actually one of the biggest what ifs. It's actually one of the biggest what ifs in NBA history. They almost traded him to Milwaukee. It was literally about to be a done deal.
But then they sent Monte Ellis instead.
They sent Monte Ellis instead. Yes.
We was gonna trade Clay for Kevin Love too.
Yeah, they were gonna trade Kevin Love for Kevin Love. They were gonna give up Clay, and for Andrew Bogut, they were gonna give up Steph. But but somebody got in their ear. So
I was mad at that trade too. I ain't gonna lie, man. That we gonna switch up. We still talking about the Warriors. I was gonna be mad at that trade. It worked out though.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that the year Steph got drafted, the Minnesota Timberwolves had 2 picks, and they Steph twice.
They had Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn.
I was about to say Flynn, yeah.
So, and the worst part about it is that Ricky Rubio was actually pretty solid, but Johnny Flynn was a complete bust. Flynn was a bust, but Rubio was actually pretty
trash.
Solid. He was a hell of a player. When he got to the league, boy, he was just
that top 5 didn't really do nothing. I know Steph probably the only one that's playing in that draft. That top.
Wait, what?
Probably 10.
James Harden, Blake Griffin.
That's still playing. Oh, Harden's still playing.
Yeah, Harden's still playing. Yeah.
I
forgot Blake Griffin officially retired last year. Sorry.
Yeah, Griffin. His career wasn't like it's supposed to have been. He could have been better, but.
He was a solid number 2 in LA. He was number 2 there.
Yeah, he was that Lob City.
Yeah. That's also known for dunking. You know what I'm saying? He was.
Yeah, I don't like Czar. He thinks he's like that dude. I never really liked Blake. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he played for the Clippers. I just never liked the Clippers like that.
Hey, what's funny about that Clippers team is that back in 2012, and I'm going to put myself under the bus here, I thought that Lob City was going to win a title someday. I really did. I thought with Griffin and Jordan and Paul and all those talented guys LA had at the time, I really thought they had a chance of winning something.
I called it when I told them that. I told even Warrior fans when they beat us in the playoffs. It was like, oh, you're not a real fan. You're going against us. I was like, man, I'm just being realistic. I think the Clippers going to beat us. I mean, we gave Clippers a fight, though, but they still beat us.
Yeah, they kept running into a brick wall called the San Antonio Spurs, though. That was the
I don't know, man. Ralph must be getting a call.
Yeah.
But for my Warriors, though, man, I don't know, man. I think we still the only team that hasn't done anything in the playoffs. I mean, not playoffs, but the offseason. So
I mean, you signed some veterans. I think Al Horford now is on your team. So
Oh yeah, man. Horford. I don't know why we keep on signing these Asian players, and then we need a big. No, Dennis always talk about we small ball, but we haven't won. The times that we have won, we still had a big man. We had Bogut. We had I always forget dude name. He played for New Orleans. I forgot dude name, but we always had a solid big. You know what I mean? Even
yeah.
Kevon Looney,
Oh,
uh,
David West.
David West. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we always had a cool big man to hold down the middle. But now I don't know, man. Like we're not gonna do anything. Even with
Yeah.
what's his name?
I am convinced the Golden State Warriors are trying to create the oldest starting five. I mean, you have Curry, you have Buddy Hield, you have Jimmy Butler, you have Draymond Green, Al Horford now. Great. Yes.
But the thing with Kaminga, because Kaminga don't even want to play for us, and I know it's because of Steve Kerr. You know what I mean? Because Steve Kerr keep catering to these older players, to the veteran players. But at the end of the day, Steph is like 37, Draymond like 35, like all our Jimmy Butler in his mid to late 30s. It's like you keep playing these older players and shutting out these younger players. Steph probably got a few more years left, and even if he do, he can't. You just I don't know, like I just don't get the way Steve Kerr manages the team, man. Like you can either play these younger players,
I mean,
and
outside
now
of Quentin Post, they don't really have any young guys who actually get meaningful minutes. Him and
I mean,
Pods, maybe Pods.
yeah,
Post.
that's the one dude he do love. He loved Krasinski, um, and he had a up and down season last year. He started off slow, picked it up at the end of the season, but still not enough. You know what I mean? We got Moody. But he don't even keep Moody in the lineup like that. Moody would
Nah,
have a
you
good
don't.
run, and then for some reason Moody stopped playing. Same with Kaminga. He just shut Kaminga down because he said Kaminga don't fit after we got because Kaminga got hurt, and then we got Jimmy Butler, and then he for some reason they didn't get along. He got in Steve Kerr's doghouse and didn't get any playing time until Curry got hurt, and it was pretty much too late in the playoffs. We wasn't gonna beat Minnesota without Steve. I mean, without Curry anyway. So it was all bad.
I mean, the worst part about the Golden State Warriors is that when it comes to the Western Conference, they've gotten better, where Golden State's getting older.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's the issue you're having right now.
And
I
it's
mean,
gonna be the issue.
Dallas improved. Denver stayed steady. Houston has improved. Even the Lakers improved, unfortunately. Trying to think of
Everybody.
yeah. I mean, a lot of
As
people improved. I mean,
so we moved on from Clay, but at the end of the day, Dallas is still in a better position than us. I think his phone died. But at the end of the day, man, it's Steve Kerr and what's the name Dunleavy. Dunleavy is not Bob
Mike
Myers, man.
Dunleavy. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Myers had a better relationship with the players, and he went out and got players that we needed. So, but it caught up to us though. The what's that thing called? The when you go over the luxury tax, that caught up with us too, man. When we got
But at least you have an owner that's willing to pay that luxury tax, though. Like, that's the only thing I give Joe Lacob. I give him credit. Like once he bought the Warriors, he wasn't afraid to like spend money. So
yeah.
Is he back? Yep,
Yeah.
he's back.
Got to call me and it just went blank. But
So,
I don't even think they ain't even signed Al Horford.
no, they haven't signed him yet.
I thought they did.
I think
he's supposed to.
they were supposed to have signed Al Horford, but Al Horford hasn't signed yet. I think Al Horford is still a free agent.
Because I know they haven't did anything because they worried about Kaminga, and Kaminga don't even want to come back.
No, I think where the Warriors went left. Well, first of all, let me say this. I think the Warriors, they're not winning. You know, Steph is not winning nothing. So they need to go ahead and, before it get to the point where they got to do a full-blown rebuild, they should have already done like a mini rebuild by now. You know what I'm saying?
But Steve Kerr won't do it. Kerr is hell bent on Curry and Draymond.
Right. So I think where the Warriors went left at was when Draymond punched the shit out of Jordan Poole. And the whole, that's where they went left. If it had been me, because Poole was actually one of those young players that played well with those veteran guys. And he played well and he fit. So he wasn't out there lost. He wasn't out there not knowing what the hell to do. You can give Poole the ball and he can get his own bucket. You know what I'm saying? And he played well within that system with them vet guys. A lot of young guys that come to Golden State don't pan out because they can't get the system. They don't fit. They don't mesh well with the veterans in that system. And Poole was one of the young players who actually did. So if it had been me, I would have said, look, I mean, the whole world seen that. I would have suspended Draymond for an ass of games.
That's the thing. They didn't suspend him. That's the biggest thing.
And I would have just said, look, I can't give up this young guy. You know what I'm saying? He plays well with us. Whatever issues y'all got, y'all talk this shit out in the office. Draymond, we going to suspend you for 20 games. You going to sit down for 20 games, and we going to keep this guy. We're not going to let either one of y'all go. Whatever issues y'all got, y'all talk this shit out like men, because we gonna figure this out. Draymond, you sit down for 20 games, and we'll see you after 20 games. You know what I'm saying? That'll been the team suspension. Damn, what the NBA gonna do? Because
that's what I'm saying. The team. That's what made Poole and some of the young players like, yo, that's messed up. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna let this dude just sock me? You know what I'm saying, and not do nothing about it. Draymond took some time back, but you know what I'm saying, he didn't get suspended for it.
Yeah,
so
I would have gave his ass like a 20-game suspension. That would have been long enough to sit down, and we could have. I mean, I would have kept Poole, and I would have gave Kuminga a minute, because now you got two guys that you don't really have to do a full rebuild with. You got two guys that could carry you, for the future. But instead, you got rid of Poole, and you got an aging Chris Paul that done nothing for you. He was there for what, one season?
One season, man.
Yeah, they went to San Antonio. Yeah.
So you basically got rid of Poole for aging one season of Chris Paul that left and went to San Antonio, and he did nothing for you.
Man.
They don't have any future. So now you done got the relationship with the organization and Kuminga. They done got pissed off with each. Well, Kuminga more so pissed off with them than pissed off with Kuminga.
It's Steve Kerr, man.
I mean, developing young players really hasn't been Golden State style. I mean, I even go back to the James Wiseman situation. They fumbled that so badly they had to send him to Detroit. Send him to Detroit, just to make that situation.
I'm telling you, the reason is Kerr. Kerr don't know how to do nothing with these young guys.
Steve Kerr to me is a big part of it. Yeah.
Now he is, but in James Wiseman's defense, I'm gonna say this in his defense. Usually, when guys get drafted number 1 overall, it's not to an organization that's ready to win now. It's usually to a bad organization. That's why they got the first pick. So the only reason Golden State had the first pick that year is because the season,
because of injuries,
because of all the injuries, and Steph missed like over half the season. And when he tried to come back and play, he got injured again, and they shut him down. So once Steph came back after they got that number 1 pick, Golden State was ready to roll again. And that's a tough situation for a rookie to come in to be in win now mode. Usually when rookies get drafted that high, they're not going to teams that's win now. You know what I'm saying? So in his defense, he didn't have time to go through a rookie wall. He had to come out the gate and be like a LeBron, which obviously he wasn't. So, I mean, that's just his defense. But also, like you said, they don't develop, they don't develop young guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard to when you always in win now mode, which they constantly try to be in. They got Steph. So,
True, no, because when we had Mark Jackson helped. We was developing players, you know what I'm saying? And then Steve Kerr took the reins, but Mark Jackson laid the foundation, you know what I'm saying, and set that up. And then Steve Kerr hit the ground running with Steph, you know what I'm saying, almost in his prime, and Draymond and Clay started clicking. And then you just needed, you know what I'm saying, then you plug in KD, who's already made player, and then you just think he didn't have to develop nobody. And now that we have to get these young players, he don't know how. You know what I mean? It's just like, man, like you was a role player. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to learn how to develop these dudes. Like you didn't come in. Steve Kerr wasn't no star player. You know what I'm saying? To me, you would think he know how to talk to these guys and develop these guys, but he don't know how. You know what I mean? And Bob Meyer was a big when he was there, he helped too. And Dunleavy, they don't know. I don't know, man. They just messed everything up.
Yeah, and they only got older because they went
Right.
Butler and then gave him an extension, getting like 60 million.
In 2 years, garbage.
You don't even really have no room. You got Steph, you got not Wiggins, you got Steph, you got Jimmy Butler, and you got Draymond. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my opinion, I think y'all can roll off of Draymond. You know,
I've been ready to get rid of Draymond since the Jordan Poole stuff.
the best of Draymond is gone. Y'all done got the best of Draymond. Like, what the last time y'all won the chip against Boston was that 2-3 years ago?
He didn't do much.
That was 2022. Yeah.
He didn't do much.
3 years ago. So, and Poole was on that team.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that version of Draymond is gone. You know what I'm saying? But for you to still keep him around, I mean, I understand that you drafted him and he turned out, he was a second-round pick and he outplayed his draft position, you know, but at the end of the day, it's business. You know what I'm saying? If you still want to win, and, you know, I think Steph is one of them type of dudes that he not outspoken. He just like, okay, whatever y'all want to do, just know that I still want to win. And I'm
if
so,
Steph wanted to get him gone, Steph could get him. That's the only way that they get rid of Draymond. And Steph ain't going against Draymond. So
good. But
I mean, at this point, just send him over to LA, man. Go be with LeBron.
he want. That's one thing he would do. I would hope
Come on.
trade him to the Lakers, man.
so if you trade him to the Lakers, who you want back? Austin Reeves, Hachimura, and who else?
I'd take Hachimura, even if he's injury prone, man. Just get a little somebody that can play defense, man. Austin Reeves, maybe, but I'll take Rui. I'll take Rui.
Take Rui and Austin Reeves.
Yeah, for
But
Draymond.
hey, by the way, I went back and looked at something. Thanks to Basketball Reference for this. That James Wiseman trade, all you got back was Gary Payton. That was it.
Dude, I'm telling you,
It was essentially a player swap. It was
stupid.
Wiseman and then Payton.
You just got Payton back.
Yeah, we got him back for 5 first round or second round draft picks.
What was Portland?
Yeah, we traded him for 5 second round draft
what
picks.
it was is that it was a 4-team trade. Golden State got Gary Payton. Detroit got James Wiseman. Portland got Kevin Knox. And the Atlanta Hawks got Sidibe. Like, it was essentially a 4-team deal. Yeah. That's crazy though.
Then we let Peyton go, then we got him back. It was weird.
Right, weird. Yeah.
So damn, but I mean, I don't know, bro. Now you got situations where in the West where it's the team like Houston that's up at the top now. Minnesota, you know.
And they making moves still, you know what I mean? And we still standing back about to sign Al Horford. You know what I'm saying? Like Al Horford ain't gonna move the needle at all, man.
Y'all need to do a rebuild. You know what I'm saying?
Do we need it? Some man, yeah, it's over with.
Man, it's like that window is gone.
Yeah, because like the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? They don't develop young talent. They trade for players. You know what I mean? Like they just trade.
Could have had Laura marketing, but you didn't want to give up pods.
Exactly. Pods ain't even all that, man.
And now you got the situation where Danny Ainge probably not gonna let Laura marketing go because now he views him as more of a franchise type of guy for them.
Yeah, man.
Could have had him for this.
But the thing is, if we don't trade Kuminga, because Kuminga don't want to be a Warrior no more, so he's not gonna sign with us. He might play with us this year if we don't trade him, but he leaves as a unrestricted free agent next year, and we don't get nothing for him. Like trade this guy to some. He don't want to play for us no more. You asked.
At this point, you're gonna get lowballed because you don't have the leg.
Man, get something for him, man.
Everybody don't want to be there. The relationship. You know, he pissed off with Golden State. The relationship is shambles. You know, and even if you wait to the trade deadline, you really gonna get the shit end of the deal because teams know you have to trade him now. Or like you said, if you go past the trade deadline and don't move him, he walks in free agency for nothing, and you no longer have an asset that you could trade to get better because you let it walk for nothing.
Exactly.
So not helping you. That's only hurting you. So
exactly. I trade it for something.
So
some
now,
picks, a second round pick or something.
they're gonna give you the crumbs now, and you have to take it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly. Like, take it.
yeah, you gotta take whatever you can get. If somebody give you 2 second-round picks for Kuminga, you gotta take that because it ain't if you know multiple first rounds or another young player in return. Like you should have just traded him as an asset. You should have played him and showcased him just to trade him.
Look what he did in the playoffs. You should have been doing this dude been since a couple. Well, I know last year he was frustrated with Steve Kerr and you know what I'm saying, wanted to get up out of there. But then Steve Kerr made him a starter. And then when we, like I was telling Ian earlier, when we traded for Butler and when he came back from injury, he was in Steve Kerr's doghouse and didn't play until Curry got hurt in the playoffs, and it was too late.
Somebody in the front office should have called Steve Kerr in the office and said, "Look, Kuminga is the only guy that we got that has this type of trade value or potential trade value. We have to play this guy to make him appealing to somebody else because we're not trading Steph. You won't trade Green. You just traded Jimmy Butler. You're not getting a lot for Moody. Who else they had?
Pods, Post.
Guys, you don't have a center. Kuminga is the only guy that you got that you're willing to trade that could get you back assets. So somebody should have called Steve Kerr in the office and said, "Look, you play this guy, and let's build this guy value up."
Exactly. Something
hurt his value was an injury, maybe an injury, but injuries could happen to anybody. It ain't even got to be no contact. You can go down the court, sprain. So that should have been the only guy. They should have been, especially when you realize you weren't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Play this guy, build his value up, and then we moving. When his value get as high as we think, we moving. We not gonna go back and forth and pick the guy off where he don't want to be. If we lose the leverage on the guy that we supposed to be building the value to move to get other assets. I don't know if somebody called Steve Kerr, told him, but the way that the Golden State Warriors is going, it sounds like they didn't do that. That's something, but it sounds like they didn't do that. So
no, they didn't do it.
So now you ain't got no asset that you could trade. You know what I'm saying? That you willing to trade. You know what I'm saying? You still get something for Steph, but you're not willing to trade Steph. So
no.
Spot for Draymond.
Yeah, the only way I'm trading Steph is a whole bunch of first round draft picks, man. Because eventually Steph ain't gonna be Steph no more. You know what I mean? So since we're talking about trades, though, you know what I'm saying, might as well get into it.
Yeah, so Steve Kerr, even when y'all do that, Steve Kerr ain't gonna be y'all coach when y'all rebuild.
Exactly.
Don't develop young players. So rebuilding is gonna be it's not gonna be a bunch of bets, big time contract. So he won't be your coach if y'all go that route.
Yep. So speaking of trading.
Yep. Michael Parsons versus Jerry Jones. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is this back and forth with these two. You know what I'm saying?
It's Jerry, man.
I mean, it's all ego. That's all it is.
It's Jerry,
it's all ego driven. That's all it is.
Geriatrics. That's what I call him, man. The old man syndrome, man. Like he just don't know when to shut up. He never knew when to shut up. You know what I mean? Like he do all this talking and then at the last minute try to sign these dudes. But I don't know if Parsons going for it. You know what I'm saying? Because Parsons got a big ego too. You know what I mean? He got that podcast he be talking crazy on and speaking his mind. And Jerry might have made his match. I don't know, but I mean, Jerry might end up paying him and making him one of the highest paid player. But that's the only way I think Parsons stays if he throw that crazy amount of money.
So I do have to keep this in mind for the 3 million people watching all around the world. The New England Patriots still have cap space. And think about all the moves they made this offseason. All the acquisitions New England made. Mike Vrabel is a linebacking Pro Bowler in his day. And you got to remember what he did for the Texans defense when he was their defense coordinator with J.J. Watt. If you are the Patriots, while he has not been signed yet, you have to call Jerry Jones and say, what's your price? How much is it going to take for me to get Micah Parsons? I mean, why not? If Dallas ain't going to give him the money that he wants, we'll do it here in New England.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. That's one of the teams he wants to go to, right?
No, I think the 4 teams he wants to go to is the Chargers,
I know it's
the Raiders,
Chicago,
the Bears, and the Ravens, I believe.
The Ravens. Oh my God.
I think those are the 4, if I remember.
If you go to the Ravens, that linebacker, it's gonna be crazy, man.
Ravens don't have.
But I mean, if you trade for this guy, you're gonna have to get something up though. That's the thing. Like you might got a team down, but to trade for Michael Parsons, you're gonna have to give a lot up.
The trade offer that you're gonna have to give up is gonna be very similar to a couple of years back when the Raiders were having their problem with Khalil Mack. And the Raiders wanted to make a move. They weren't going to extend him. So they sent him to the Chicago Bears. They traded, a first-round pick. They traded, third-round pick here. Then they traded a future 4th and then a future. Like, they gave up a bunch of assets, the Bears did, to get Khalil Mack.
I know, y'all took him from us.
But in hindsight, here's the funny thing about hindsight. The only player of value that the Raiders really got from those Bears picks was Josh Jacobs. The other 2 main draft picks turned out to be busts. But Josh Jacobs ended up being the only one. So, using hindsight, really, the Bears only gave up 1 valuable first-round pick, which turned out to be Josh Jacobs. And the Bears got Khalil Mack. I mean, that's really how that trade.
Because how long did y'all have Khalil Mack? It wasn't that.
It was 3 years. It was like 3 or 4 years.
Because I know we wanted them bad, and then they thought y'all was gonna. And then I think they thought y'all was gonna have a better draft pick, which y'all end up being better than us because Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
Yeah, we were in the low 20s. We made the playoffs that year.
Yeah, and so then that's when we got Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith, and then but Jerry Jones is just one of them goofy owners, man. Just that's Jerry though. That's always been Jerry's way. You know what I mean? Keep his Dallas Cowboys in the loop in the media. You know what I mean? Just saying some crazy stuff, but. I mean, eventually he ain't going to win, but.
I mean, he's let homegrown talent lead before. DeMarcus Ware is a main example of that. He left Dallas, he went to Denver, won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he did. I mean, there is really, damn near like he's running a Ponzi scheme out there. You know what I'm saying? He does enough in the offseason for fans to tune in, buy merch, get nationally televised games, or get primetime games, keep asses in the seats, and keep the Dallas Cowboys fans thinking that this is their year. It ain't been their year in damn near 30 years. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, I think this is just another tactic to continue the branding of the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's more about the brand of the Cowboys than actually winning. As long as he got the fans buying tickets, keeping their asses in the seat. As long as he got them talking about the Cowboys, whether us on here or the main. As long as they still buying the merch. Because you still got fans that show up to the game wearing Tony Romo jerseys. Fucking Jason.
I mean, they're the most valuable franchise in all sports.
So. Right.
Tony Romo jersey, Jason Witten jerseys. You know what I'm saying? They still showing up wearing Steve jerseys. You know what I'm saying? So as long as he still got them doing that,
that's all he worried about.
Yeah, he don't give a damn about winning. Because he know at the end of the season when he falls short, he gonna go right back to one of these tactics, and the fans gonna go for it, and they gonna forget all about last season, and they gonna fall for the excuses for this upcoming season. They gonna continue to buy the season tickets. They gonna continue to get primetime games. They gonna continue to put asses in seats, and they gonna continue to build a brand. So, because a lot of the stuff that he do don't make sense. It's like
it's ego driven.
Is your young core piece moving forward for the future of this franchise? Why you ain't signing? You know what I'm saying? Why do you want to wait till the last minute to sign him just so you can say that he's the highest paid player and he's a Cowboy? Like Dak is the highest paid quarterback and he's a Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? You probably could have had Dak for less. You probably could have had CeeDee Lamb for a little bit less. And you damn sure could have had Michael Parsons for a little bit less. But now you done let Danielle Hunter, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, and now you probably gonna let Aiden Hutchinson
and TJ
before him. And you probably gonna slap the franchise tag on Michael Parsons once you realize what the number is after Aiden Hutchinson get his deal. And Aiden Hutchinson gonna be coming off a terrible injury that he had last year. And Micah hadn't had that injury. Micah's what, 25, 26, something like that?
Yeah, he only missed what? Yeah, he only missed 4 games or 4 or 5 games last year. Before that, I don't think he missed a game.
So I don't even understand what the back and forth is. Why I don't even understand why in the media so much. I guarantee you when you watch a Cowboys game, whether they playing at home or away, the damn cameraman gonna show Jerry about 5 to 7 times throughout their game. Now it ain't it's what 32 teams, and you probably can't name 7 owners.
You know
But
Jerry though.
Jerry is one of them that you don't know. Because regardless of how many Cowboy games you see, whether they home or away, the camera gonna find Jerry, and they gonna show him 5 to 7 times throughout the game, and they gonna talk to him before the game. They gonna talk to him after the game. Matter of fact, they gonna talk to him instead of the players or the coach.
Exactly. I ain't gonna say he the only owner that do that, but he the main. Like you said, they'll go to Jerry before they go to CD or they go to Dak. You know what I mean? And they the star players.
So, I mean, it's almost like an episode of Love and Football. You know what I'm saying? A reality show out there. The owner going back and forth with the player. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the fans out there, the fans don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So,
nah, because he going to talk too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course he could pay him, but some of these players going to be like, nah, I don't want to play for Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Micah could be that guy and be like, nah, I don't care what you give, trade me. You know what I mean? But if Jerry do it, we don't know.
I think the final straw was when they paid Ferguson. They just paid Ferguson.
The tight end?
Yeah, he just got paid.
And they just paid Leo Collins too. Just gave him a deal.
Yeah. So I think it done got personal now with Michael Parsons. You know what I mean? Because Jerry was saying that he's negotiating straight with Michael, bypassing his agent. He don't even know his agent name. So he's bypassing the agent to negotiate directly with Michael Parsons. But Michael Parsons said he's trusting his agent to get the negotiations done, and that's why he hired him.
Exactly. That's what you're supposed to go through is the agent.
It seemed like Jerry trying to go deal directly with Michael Parsons, but Michael Parsons wants Jerry to deal with his agent because that's what his agent is there for.
Exactly.
But he's bypassing the agent to deal with Michael, and Michael's communicating with his agent, and he ain't getting nothing from his agent because Jerry ain't talking to him. Jerry trying to talk directly to Michael. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's some funny shit going on there. I don't know why
Dallas, man,
going like that or what the hell is doing, but that's what the agent's there for. You know what I'm saying? To negotiate with the ownership, with the front office about the player's contract situation. So
I won't be surprised if they pay what's the receiver that got traded over there?
Pickens. George Pickens.
They might give him an extension before they give Micah an extension. I know if that happened, I probably Micah probably gonna be like.
So, is there any possibility that he returns home? That Parsons gets traded to his hometown team?
Who's that?
He was born and raised in Northwest Philadelphia.
Man, ain't nothing.
I'm saying, is there any way that Howie Roseman pulls off the GM move of the entire century?
Yeah, but Jerry, if you give him about 3 or 4 first round, like a whole bunch of, I think Jerry would go for it. Man.
Oh, in the same division? No, I don't think.
I think Jerry would go for it. He that dumb. I think Jerry that dumb.
That's the one thing I got to remind people. Michael Parsons was he was born and raised in Philadelphia. He went to Penn State. Like, he's a Pennsylvania guy.
Like you gotta. They gonna have to get Philly gonna have to give up some pieces for him. I ain't gonna lie. Like he gonna have to rate Philly's pockets, but you know what I'm saying, get some players off that roster like a Bron or somebody. You know what I mean? Like they gonna come up off some of them players.
What you think? I mean, who you think Philly had to give up?
What's that linebacker they just got? Bron or whatever name. They probably.
Philadelphia probably have to give up 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and then probably a 3rd and a 4th.
I think they're gonna have to come up off some of them players, man.
First, seconds, a 3rd and a 4th.
Most likely, because I use that Khalil Mack trade as my reference point because of how many picks the Bears had to give up to get him.
Not a player.
I think they got it. To me, if I'm Dallas, you giving me some of them players. Like,
a lot of these trades don't really involve players anymore. Like if you ever look at like most of the last 5 or 6 years, most trades that happen aren't player swaps. Like it doesn't really happen anymore.
Now there's gonna be players and some draft picks for Michael Parsons
But how the hell is the Eagles gonna afford to pay Michael Parsons?
That's what I'm saying. Zach Brown, didn't he just get paid? Give me that contract.
Jalen Hurts, Saquon, you got Devontae Smith getting paid, AJ Brown getting paid. Ain't they paying a left tackle or something like that on the O-line?
I don't know.
Believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to pay that boy in the middle, Carter, in a minute too.
Yep, he's gonna have to get paid.
They just paid that linebacker.
Yeah, I mean they mostly rookies, they mostly young guys on the defensive side. So I
Them
don't know.
Georgia boys, man.
I don't know where the hell they're gonna get the bread to pay Micah what he want unless he take a discount to come back home.
Just to get back at Jerry.
I mean he could. That's if they trade him within the division, but I don't think they're gonna
Jerry goofy enough to do it. If any other team, I'd be like, nah. But Jerry goofy, ego driven.
if he goofy enough to trade him division twice a year. I think they open up with the Eagles week 1.
Yep, September 4th, man.
So I don't know what the hell he's doing other than making headlines, but stuff like this, you don't have to. You Dallas Cowboys, you don't have to do stuff like this to make headlines. They gonna talk.
Yeah, Dallas. You know what I'm saying? You might not like them, but they just gonna be in a they gonna be a topic, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Just like we talking about them now.
But they labeled America's team, but I don't consider them.
Nah, they ain't the American team no more, man. They one of the best teams. You know what I'm saying? Iconic teams in sports history, but they not American teams right now. So the Patriots took over that for a while. Now it might be Mahomes and them boys, but
hey, let's be honest. The current team right now, the current team, is all those Swifties in Kansas City. Shout out to all the Swifties.
Let's go.
Man,
I'm only doing this because Josh Bailey claims to be a Swiftie, but doesn't even know more than 2 songs.
I don't
but hey,
claim to be
the
one.
Swifties.
I am a Swiftie, man.
Man, name more than 2 songs, man. Come on.
I don't need to, man. I'm a Taylor Swift fan, man.
I couldn't tell you one.
Nah,
I can only name one.
Disrespect.
That's the song she did with Kendrick Lamar. It's the only
don't
song
disrespect.
Yeah.
You're not about to disrespect. He said Cowboys still and always would be America's team, even though I don't like them. They not America's team. I would say
they sell out Texas Stadium almost every game. Like they have 90 plus almost every single game.
Nah, they not America's team, man. Forget America's team. What up, Drake?
What's happening?
What's happening? What's good? Shout out to everybody.
What's your thoughts on this? What you think about this Michael Parsons versus Jerry Jones?
Woo! Woo! Yo, I was gonna save this for Monday Night Madness at 10 o'clock tonight. By the way, not shameless plug. Real quick, you always invited to come on the show. By the way, young man and Rocco, y'all already know the invite. I don't gotta invite y'all no more. Y'all family, I know that. I don't gotta invite y'all. But nevertheless, Jerry Jones is a flipping buffoon. This is what I'll say. I would try to keep it as short and sweet. Mr. Buffoon himself, acting buffoonish as usual. Mr. Entitled. He is so entitled. I don't understand. You know what's so funny about Jerry Jones? Is for some reason this guy thinks that he really is the be-all, know-all to the Cowboys' success. But in reality,
he's their downfall, man.
He really hasn't done much of it, to be honest. I mean, if we look back when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl back in the day, who would you say is the motivating factor or the driving force to why they won the Super Bowl? Did you say Jerry Jones?
Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy, right? You would say Jimmy. You would say. For everybody on the panel, you would say who was the driving force behind that?
I mean, Jimmy. Yeah.
Okay. So this entitlement with Jerry Jones, thinking that he could just be a buffoon and do whatever, is a derelict of duty. It's a dereliction of duty to me. Not signing Michael Parsons is absolutely buffoonish. Now the price done went up. $7 more million. Because you want to sit here and play games. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
You did this with Dak Prescott. You did this with CD Lamb. You did this. Now you're doing this with Micah Parsons. If I was anybody coming into the league, I wouldn't want to play for the Cowboys because I know that if once I get to a success point, this fool is gonna try to play with me and play with my intelligence. I'm not about to let you play in my face. This economy says that we don't have time to allow folks to play in our face. It's either you pay us what you owe. Oh, that sounds like some WNBA stuff, don't it? Pay us what you owe. Pay us what you owe. Pay me what you owe me. My value, or keep it pushing. Move around. That's how I feel about it. Jerry Jones is a buffoon. Michael should have been signed a long time ago. Long time.
Yeah.
All right, so we go to the more important. We're signing McLaurin or Parsons.
Yeah. What you think is the most important re-signing? Is it Michael Parsons or Terry McLaurin?
It's Michael Parsons by
Okay.
a
I mean,
long shot.
it sounds like when I asked the question, it sounds like it's gonna be a definite Michael Parsons. But I mean, Terry McLaurin, if you are the Washington Commanders, you got Jaden Daniels going into his second year. He had a damn good rookie year. They went to the NFC Championship game, right? That's they done been further in 1 year of Jaden Daniels than the Cowboys done been in 5 years with Parsons. So,
I like. You know what? I like how you think. Can I say this? I like how you think. That is a great synopsis. It sounds cute in theory too, but if you take Micah Parsons off that defense, here's what I don't think happens. Did Deron Bland have how many pick sixes?
he had what, 6?
Yeah, he set the record. It's like 6 or
The
7.
year the year before, Trayvon Diggs had how many interceptions?
11, I think, something like that.
You would give Micah Parsons some of that credit for defensive pass rush and the reason why those two somewhat were successful, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you point that, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me flip it on its ear. Those two also gave up the most yardage in both of those seasons. Can you imagine a defense without Micah Parsons? What would happen?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
they
I'm just
they would be bad. They would be bad, but the Cowboys ain't been to the NFC Championship game in 30 years.
right. And to me, once again, there is multiple pieces and factors to the reasons for why the Cowboys have not been in 30 years. I think it is a elixir. It is a mixer of multiple ingredients. Ingredient number one, Jared Jones being a buffoon. Ingredient number two, quarterback play when you need it the most. When you need it the most, the quarterback play has been boo boo. Number three, not being able to make plays late in games. Critical game decision making has been a problem. Four, not being consistent. And now, hell, let's be clear. What has that team done in the playoffs besides one and done? And what would you say is the biggest reason for their one and done?
What, defense? I say quarterback.
Uh, 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 uh,
Both. You can say defense. You can say defense.
right. You can say both, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right. So again, that elixir of ingredients. To me, losing Michael Parsons, Dak Prescott would have to turn into Joe Burrow, and that's not happening. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. That ain't
Yeah.
happening. So to me, as much as Terry McLaurin means to the Washington Commanders, and I totally respect that. I told you that, yo, that was great. That was a great point you made. I haven't heard nobody make that point, by the way.
yeah. In 1 year,
I would,
McDaniels, they've been further than the Cowboys in
yes,
five with Parsons.
absolutely,
And
absolutely,
as a rookie,
absolutely,
he had a good year like CJ Stroud had. And now
absolutely.
to his sophomore year, without one of his key weapons, you know what? I'm gonna give this an example. Remember when Cam came in the league and they took Steve Smith away, and Steve Smith ended up signing with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm
Yes,
not Terry McLaurin is better than Steve Smith or whatever, but what I'm saying is, if Washington don't bring back Terry McLaurin, it's gonna be similar to what Carolina didn't bring back Steve Smith. You taking away a weapon for your young quarterback, and you solely depend on Jay Daniels' athleticism to carry this team the same way Carolina depended on Cam Newton's athleticism to carry the team.
Can I bring up something real quick?
Go ahead.
Not just because Steve Smith came from University of Utah and that's my team in college football, but Steve Smith got cut. It wasn't like he got, traded. It wasn't like he left in free agency. No, the Carolina Panthers cut Steve Smith to save money as a cap move. Yep. That's why when he signed with the Baltimore Ravens, and the very next year he went off and had over 150 yards, he told Carolina, "Hey, go mow my lawn for me."
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't a good move. You basically
right, but they cut him to save money. It wasn't like Terry McLaurin's going to get cut or he's going to be released.
No, cut. But Carolina saved money for who? They didn't bring. They had to go in the draft. We had to go in the draft. So what the hell were we saving money for? A proven veteran for a young quarterback.
Well, the thing is, Ralph, you may or may not remember this, but what happened 2 years later?
What to the Panthers?
What happened 2 years after they cut Steve Smith?
We went to
yeah, you went 15-1 and went to the Super Bowl 2 years later.
Right. Right. That was solely because of Cam Newton's athleticism, but the years between Steve Smith leaving and getting to the Super Bowl were brutal. You know what I'm saying? Like
after that year, it was a wrap too.
Yeah, if you don't, and then when Carolina finally realized they need to start putting more offensive weapons around, they went and got Chris McCaffrey. But by that time, injuries started happening, so you never could get a full season of both Cam and McCaffrey together. Because when Cam was healthy, McCaffrey was out. When McCaffrey was healthy, Cam was dealing with something. So by the time they realized what they had done, you know what I'm saying, it was pretty much at the end. It was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So that, I mean, we made it to the Super Bowl, but I still wouldn't have let Steve Smith go like that. I'm not.
Oh, I agree. They shouldn't have let Steve Smith go. But do I need to remind you who the leading receptions leader was in Carolina that year in 2015?
Benjamin?
Who was the main person getting the ball from Cam Newton?
Who?
Olsen?
I'm talking about G-Reg from Miami. I'm talking about Mr. Greg Olsen. Who, by the way, was with the Chicago Bears, and we made a huge mistake letting him go. But that's besides the point.
I'm glad to make that point.
And also, I want to remind you, you also had a second-year receiver in Calvin Benjamin, who we understand he became a tight end later on in his career. But in his first few years in the league, he wasn't half bad. All right, he wasn't half bad when he first got there.
He didn't play his second year. His first year he played, and he had 1,000 yards as a rookie. In his second year, when we went to the Super Bowl, he tore his ACL in camp, and he missed the season. So
he came back as a tight end.
He didn't play. When he came back, I don't know what the hell he came back as, but he
did an Eddie Lacy. He was the first Eddie Lacy.
Oh no! He came back as somebody y'all gave to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, he went to the Bills and he ain't did nothing in Buffalo.
And then after that, he signed with the Giants as a tight end.
He became an offensive lineman.
But I say to say this: that's the kind of pressure you're gonna put, unnecessary pressure you're gonna put on your second year quarterback. Because
Debo ain't that guy.
I understand they got Debo now.
He ain't that guy though.
In my opinion, they only got Debo because they got new ownership. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't have their new ownership, they wouldn't have Debo. In my opinion,
you want to keep like you said, because CJ Stroud lost Tank, one of his weapons, and it was never the same. Nico got hurt, but you still want to, because Debo stay hurt, so you would want to keep Terry McLaurin in there.
And then with Terry McLaurin, he was damn near 30, so he's trying to cash in while he's still.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they're not paying him, because of his age.
You know what I'm saying? So Dan Quinn is a defensive-minded head coach, just like Ron Rivera was a defensive-minded head coach. So all of the picks and most of the free agency is going to be catered towards the defensive side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Debo and Terry McLaurin, well, they just got Debo. But last year, outside of Terry McLaurin, I couldn't name another receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Who did they draft?
To my last year?
Yeah, no, this past year, who the last draft? Did they get a receiver?
I know they got a They got
no, they didn't get Higgins. Higgins went to Houston. Never mind. I thought it was Higgins.
No, they drafted somebody on the defense side.
yeah, they draft a defensive back.
Yeah, they don't got no receivers. I don't know if they got Samuel no more. Debo ain't that guy. Debo's a utility player. Their run game is decent, but it ain't to where, you know what I'm saying, they could just run the ball like that.
With somebody they can dump the ball down to, but
yeah, it's decent, but nah, they need Terry. They need
Yeah,
Scary Terry back there.
that's the reason why I asked. Like when I asked that question, most people gonna obviously say Michael Parsons. You know what I'm saying? But it's reasons why the Washington Commanders need to re-sign Terry McLaurin too.
But you think he worth more than I mean, he's worth more than DK because he's better than DK. But I don't know if they gonna pay him more than DK. Like that, they messed up Washington when they paid DK that much money. Because DK getting paid what 32, 33 million a year?
Something like that, yeah.
K is getting 34, 35.
For real?
Oh, he getting 35?
Yeah, he's definitely not worth that much.
So in the session, I get the reason why you asked the question. This is a very very intricate question that you asking because I mean is Jaden Daniels first of all gonna turn into CJ Stroud if you don't have Terry McLaurin? I get that. I see where you're going with that. Even though CJ Stroud lost 3 receivers and not just one. Secondly, can he hold the weight? Athletic wise, can he hold the weight of a Cam Newton to be able to actually lead a team without having receivers? Is he going to be the guy who the receivers make him, or is he going to make the receivers? So I totally get that juncture as well. And then finally, last but not least, Washington plays in a totally different division from Houston. Houston plays in one of the worst divisions. Washington plays in one of the better divisions right now in the league. So that matters as well. So I totally get why you did that. The only thing I'm saying is if this was a different team that Michael Parsons was playing for, I probably would have said Terry McLaurin. But because I know the buffoonery with the Dallas Cowboys is the reason why I would pick Michael Parsons. Because I think that trumps what you're saying. I still think that Washington could get a playoff spot without Terry McLaurin. I think Dallas without Michael Parsons, you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys team who couldn't win 8 wins, who couldn't get 8 games 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, like you made a good comparison when you called him, can he beat Joe Burrow? You know what I mean? Like we all know he ain't gonna beat Joe Burrow, even with the receivers that he do got.
Dak Prescott would have to beat Joe Burrow, literally. That means George Pickens will have to play all season. You have to rely on him to be legit all season long. You have to rely on CeeDee Lamb. Their run game is, I guess, in question. We don't know. Question mark, right?
I mean, Javonte Williams from Denver. That's about it.
Right. They paid Ferguson all that money. Now, by the way, they paid Ferguson that money. And I need to know if Dak Prescott can throw outside the numbers. Because Dak Prescott has an issue throwing outside the numbers.
Yeah, he only did it one season.
He can throw down the middle of the field. But throwing in between the numbers in the boundary and the hash, he has problems with that. And George Pickens makes a living over there.
So they did take a wide receiver in the 4th round, the Commanders. And
oh yeah, I'm not shocked about that.
Yeah, they took one in.
Who was the receiver though?
Huh?
Who was the receiver?
Jalen Lane from Virginia Tech.
Oh, see.
Hey, is Christian McCaffrey's brother still there? Luke McCaffrey?
I think so.
Yeah, 'cause I remember Luke McCaffrey was like special teams for Washington, I think a year ago.
Yeah, they offensive tackle in the 1st round, and then they took that cornerback Trey Amos in the
second. I had it backwards. I thought Amos went 1st round, Connolly went 2nd round. Okay, I had it backwards. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Trey Amos went 2nd round. Because Lattimore, he really pretty much didn't do nothing when he came over there. He did that.
No.
And I don't even think he's gonna do nothing.
He's just a name.
I think that's why they.
Well, But wait a minute though. I got a question. I just thought about this. It just popped up. Don't Washington have a ton of money right now? Washington has a ton of money,
I don't think they paying nobody.
and they're
They have
not
a lot
paying.
of money for next year. I know cap space wise, next year is supposed to be like top 2 next year.
Right. I thought this year they were in the top 10 in cap space anyway. So
So
if
in the
you did
off season they were. I know they were pretty high up in the off season. I don't know where they are now. But off season they were
right,
top 10.
where are they
Who did
right
they
now?
pay?
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I would just go get somebody in free agency if that's the case. There's plenty of receivers in free agency right now.
Because the one thing I do remember this offseason is the Patriots had $120 million in free agency, and they spent majority of that $120 million the Patriots did this offseason. So
Yeah, the Patriots ain't playing.
Hey,
The Patriots get
in
that.
fact, that cap space is the reason why when it comes to Parsons, if you go to DraftKings, by the way, Parsons' odds-on favorite, his team is the Patriots because of all that cap space. That's the reason why New England's listed as the odds-on favorite.
I know he'd be mad going over there though.
it says the projected cap space they projected had roughly around 82 million for 2025.
Right.
Who?
That's Washington, right?
Right, Washington.
Dang.
Yeah, Washington got stupid money. I go get somebody out of free agency. If McLaurin walks, I'm on the horn tomorrow and somebody in free agency and picking up somebody who's produced. I mean, McLaurin was 30 anyway, right?
29.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why they don't want to pay him because he's 30.
Right. So then go look at the free agency market on wide receivers and tell me if Washington couldn't find one. That's legitimate.
They could
Ain't-
trade for one.
Ain't
They
nothing.
could, they could trade Green Bay. They could have one of ours.
What? Why not?
Trade. They
You
could
know
have
who they
Dobbs.
could have? No. They can have Christian Watson. Bye.
Yeah, I trade Christian. If they wanted Christian Watson, I'd give him up because he just stay
All
hurt.
right, yeah, he can go tomorrow. Hello, they can have him. He's a speedster, according to, and that was crazy to me too. According to Madden, he's a speedster.
Is Amari Cooper still out there?
Yeah, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen,
Yep.
Oh hell. No.
Who?
Deontay Johnson probably.
Tyler Boyd. Used to be with Cincinnati.
Is Brandon Cook still out there?
Brandon Cooks. No, it's not. No, these are not number one guys no more. Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen would be Keenan Allen is a pretty good safety valve, but his injuries is the only thing with him. You know, he have an injury and he missed 6-7 games. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's my question to
I
that
don't know if
though.
Hopkins got hurt. I
Do
mean,
you
sorry.
really care that much about injuries when you just acquired Debo Samuel?
No, you should.
Debo.
But the thing is, now that I got Debo and I know he injured, I'm not gonna go and get another guy that I know gets injured. Now I got 2 injured guys. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
now
that's what your depth chart for, though. I mean, you got a depth chart out the wazoo. You got 82 million. You better fill up that depth chart. That's all I'm saying.
with the 82 million, I don't know why they waiting so late. You know, why they wasn't in the first wave spending this money in the first wave on these marquee guys. You know what I'm saying? Now that you got to me, that's the time you do it. When you got a quarterback like Jaden Daniels on a rookie deal, that's the time you go and spend the money. So by the time he comes up for his deal, the deals you gave out will be coming off while you come to pay him. Now you pay him and just fill in after you pay him. So I'm not understanding why they didn't re-sign, you know. And a lot of people got to understand Washington was a shitty organization when Snyder had it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Ralph, when you were talking about that cap space, was that the off season heading into it, or is that now?
It just said, well,
Because I'm looking at CBS Sports, and they're saying right now the Washington has 24 million in cap space.
they the 82 was what they was coming in with.
Right. Okay. So when they came in this off, okay, yeah, they have 24 million right now.
Right.
So, yeah.
So
But still, but which I will say, by the way,
Who did they
after
spend
this
money
offseason,
on?
24 million still is a decent amount of money.
I don't even know who they signed. Who they signed this year, other than trading for Debo. I don't know who they.
I know they brought in some. Didn't they bring in Von Miller from Buffalo?
they just brought him in last week or 2 weeks?
Last week. Yeah.
I know they didn't cash him out like that though.
Well, yeah, they're at 24 million, which I said for an entire offseason, not bad. Also, the Patriots are at 60 million. So they somehow spent $60 million this offseason and still have 60 left over. So that's crazy.
Because I know they got Diggs.
Yeah, they got Diggs and
Yeah, they might because it's DeAndre Hopkins. Is he still available?
I don't know. I don't know about D Hop, to be honest with you.
D Hop with Baltimore.
Oh, he did go to Baltimore. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They I don't know. Let me see Let me see the Commander's depth chart, man.
The Commander signed Javon Kinlaw. See, that's the thing when you got a defensive, and that's why I made the comparison too with Cam, because when Cam had Ron Rivera, he was a defensive minded coach. Dan Quinn is the head coach in Washington. He's a defensive minded coach. So majority of your drafting and your free agent money been on the defensive side of the ball because you got a defensive minded head coach.
But is he though?
Hey, by the way, hey Josh, I didn't realize the Packers have $35 million in cap space.
They brought in Bobby.
Yeah, that's decent amount right there.
It is decent. That's what I'm saying. Go get a cornerback instead of. Yeah, never mind. I don't want to talk about it. Right
Never mind. Yeah.
Talk about.
What was that, Josh? No, don't mumble that now. Packers man, we know 2 Packers guys on here. Nah, say that. I need to hear that clear. I ain't heard Packers stuff from you in a hot second. What was that you said? They need to go get what?
Go pay for one instead of trying to convert a receiver to a.
Exactly. What kind of mess buffoonery was that? When I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, this is why you can't make the Super Bowl. All this doggone traditional crap. And I'm sorry not to change the topic of the show, but that right there was probably the most buffoonish thing I've seen in offseason this year. Yeah. What in higher blue hell are you doing?
Because you still got Ashanti Samuel out there, and you still got who was the other dude? Somebody else, but dude, Rasul Douglas. But you want to get a receiver and try to convert him to cornerback. Stupid.
And honestly, I thought that was a mistake. Rasul Douglas should have stayed in Green Bay, even though he went to Buffalo.
Yeah, still can get him back now. But it's ugly. Hey, but Washington, they receivers after Scary Terry is Noah Brown, McCaffrey,
Osborne.
Debo, Noah Brown, McCaffrey, and some dude named Chris Moore. And they got Michael Gallup. Oh, you got Osborne, KJ Osborne. Yeah, I didn't know they had Michael Gallup.
None of those guys are ones. None of them.
Nah.
What's name would have to be on point too. Jaden Daniels, if they don't got Terry McLaurin, they don't have to be Superman. Because they running backs is what?
I mean, they got Austin Eckler. I think he's still there.
Brian Thomas.
They got Eckler and they got Brian Robinson.
Yeah, and they drafted a running back too.
Yeah, Krosky Merritt and McNichols.
So they signed Javon Kinlaw. They signed Bobby Wagner.
Oh, Wagner. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. They signed Eddie Goldman, D tackle.
And Von Miller.
Hey, former Bear. Hey.
They got Deron Payne still there. Dan Newton, who they drafted in the second round, I think he was last year before.
Yeah,
they might get Von Miller.
Yeah, they got Von Miller. They might get that little weird dude from the Raiders.
Oh, Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, man, they might as well get him. Now,
I did notice, by the way, that Dan Quinn, who was the defensive coordinator in Seattle during the whole Legion of Boom era, he's trying to build this Commanders team like the Legion of Boom was. Like, you can kind of see the footprint there. Like, you're trying to kind of build similar to it.
They got Jonathan Jones, cornerback. They signed him.
Mm-hmm.
So, they money. It was just majority of that money was spent on the defensive side of the ball. To your point, Ian, trying to build a Legion of Boom, and he spending the bulk of the money and on the defensive side of the ball.
Wait a minute, Washington still has 82 right now, correct?
No.
Coming into the offseason.
They had 82 entering the offseason. That's at 24 million now. So 24 million.
So they have 24 million still right now?
24 is now. Yeah, 24 million.
They still can make some moves.
then yeah, go make some move. What? I mean, I get what they're doing on the defensive end because Philadelphia put 55 on their ass in the playoff. That's why. That's why you gonna make that.
Yeah.
The hell, Philly done put up 50 on you, and damn near dropped another 40 the game before that. You had to come back and win. So I get it. I get what he's doing, but I mean, go make some offensive moves, man. If you really don't want to see Jayden Daniels, and you don't want to have to answer certain questions, then go into free agency, and go get you another wide receiver who can play number two. Because Deebo Samuel is a gadget. He could be a one,
Exactly.
2, 3, 4. Go get you a legitimate number two.
Yeah. You don't want Debo being your main guy.
I mean, I do want to remind you the best receiver currently available is former Chicago Bear Keenan Allen. So,
Yeah, that's bad.
yeah, that's bad.
Because how many touchdowns he had for y'all last year?
Not many.
Right. He didn't do much.
No, we
had
had more photos. We had more photos of him being out of shape than we did to do touchdowns.
Y'all be looking good on paper. I ain't gonna lie. Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. I was like, okay, that look cool, but
I mean, you can look good on paper, but you got to produce. So
yeah, then commit and all that. Y'all was looking good. And what y'all had Swift. I was looking good on
Swift,
paper.
the running back. Yeah,
y'all
can't be
good.
telling. Yeah, they be looking good on paper, man.
Roman
You're right.
Right. And then you had Roman Duzek. Yeah, I was looking nice.
Yeah, we're gonna see what Ben Johnson does. Former receiver and tight end coach. We'll see how his expertise does there. So,
and y'all 6 million people that's watching, hit that like button.
Can we ask Rocco a question on that? So we ain't gonna let you slide. I heard a couple things about the Chicago Bears from you, sir, that I never got to actually address. But I will ask this one question, and it's real simple. If Caleb Williams does not produce in year 2 with Ben Johnson, are we saying Caleb Williams may be a start looking at him as maybe a faulty first round pick?
So when it comes to Caleb Williams, I thought he was going to be a bust before he even got drafted. But that's the point. Now, I've always said with Caleb Williams that he has the talent. He has the talent to do what needs to be done at the NFL level. But he doesn't have the attitude needed to be an NFL quarterback.
Boy, a crybaby.
Caleb Williams does not have that leadership mentality. He didn't show it at USC. I saw it live. I was at the Utah and USC game. I saw him on the sidelines pouting and moaning and groaning, and that's what he was doing. He didn't show a leader to me. Some guys have that leadership characteristic and some guys don't. When it comes to Caleb Williams, first off, you need to stop with the hero ball shit. Okay? Throwing from across your body from left to right and running like you're Patrick Mahomes and trying to create opportunities while you're running with the ball, it may work in college football, but there's a reason why, unless you are Patrick Mahomes, unless you're maybe Josh Allen, unless maybe you're Lamar Jackson, it doesn't work at the NFL level because you have to have a certain amount of stability in terms of durability to do that. So when it comes to Caleb Williams, if he doesn't produce this year, if his stats don't improve from year 1 to year 2, yes, he's going to be looked at as a bust. I also have to mention that if Jayden Daniels, who was the 2nd overall pick and the guy that I wanted them to pick, go back and look at the archives 2 years ago, I was saying Jayden Daniels was the best quarterback between the two. But if Jayden Daniels continues to perform like he is and Washington makes the playoffs again and Jayden Daniels puts up top 5 numbers again, that's going to make the comparison of him being a bust even more openly accepted. So for Caleb Williams, he's going to really have to step up in Chicago and kind of show that he can be that next level quarterback that can lead a team. I know it's a 4-letter word, and I'm not saying I'm not saying yeet, but when it comes to that 4-letter word, LEAD, lead, that's something Caleb Williams is going to have to do.
That's kind of remind me of C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. The second, because C.J. Stroud 2 years in a row made the the playoffs, right?
So CJ Stroud has a sophomore slump, but here's what I said about CJ Stroud. I put him at number 10 when it comes to the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL because he didn't have such a rapid drop-off where it wasn't like number 1 the first year was all the way up here and then year 2 was falling off a cliff. What happened was year 1 was insanely high. Year 2 was really back to kind of average expected numbers for CJ Stroud. It was just the expectations put on him from year 1 is why people thought it was underwhelming. Why people thought it was a kind of a sophomore slump-esque type numbers for CJ Stroud. I still think that he is a top 10 quarterback. I still have him at number 10 on my list of 10 best quarterbacks in the NFL because he still has that talent. He just slumped just a little bit last year.
Sounds good.
Does that answer your question, though, about Caleb?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Man, if Caleb don't, boy, y'all don't make
He's got to lead. He's got to show me he can be a leader.
So he got.
What was that?
Yeah, so Caleb got to make the playoffs this year.
I'm not even saying making the playoffs. You got to show me progress. You got to be showing me that when you're around the team, that you're leading the team, you're directing the team, you're saying, hey, I'm the guy that's going to lead this team. He's got to show me that. He has to.
Okay, because I've seen some clips of him in camp.
That net thing.
Not even that, but he threw a pick. It was like some backyard football shit. It was I mean, you could tell Ben Johnson was pissed off when he seen this play. The play just looked like it wasn't gonna work from the get-go. And then to make matters worse, he rolled out and just threw the ball up in the air.
Bama.
Like was playing two-hand touch in kindergarten or something. He just threw the ball up in the air. And it could have been about 3 defenders that could have picked it off. You know what I mean? It was like, I could just see Ben Johnson's face over there now looking at it. It's like, and he had all the arm, he had all the space to just throw the ball away, but he just flung it up in the air like he was just playing toss.
He couldn't get his nails. He didn't break a nail. My boy.
And once again, I remember Hero Ball is literally, hey, I'm just going to toss it up, and I'm just going to pray that somebody catches it.
All right, my boy Bama said it's the same. Caleb Williams almost had the same numbers as Stroud his rookie season. Who won Rookie of the Year? Are y'all talking about? Will he be a bust?
I'm saying
he's a Bears fan.
I'm saying that he will start to be labeled a bust if he doesn't show progress in year 2. If he does not develop and he does not make some corrections on his mistakes that he is making in year 1. And if Jaden Daniels, because you're always going to be compared number 1 and number 2, if Jaden Daniels continues to do what he's doing, he's going to get compared to him. So that is what I'm saying about will he be a bust? It will always be the comparison to Jaden Daniels. And if Jaden Daniels is up here and Caleb Williams is an average quarterback and he's being a jag, just a guy, it's going to be that comparison there.
Yeah, you can't be just a guy. You're number 1.
Right, number 1 overall pick. You can't just be an average quarterback. Like that's just the.
Well, I just felt like it as a number 1 overall.
He didn't
when
play
people
bad,
know that. Yeah, but I just felt like as a number 1 overall, majority of the people would say their season was over after the Hail Mary. Y'all remember that? Speaking of which, the Washington-Chicago game. Remember that, Rocco?
Do you need to remind me of the 9-game losing streak that started thanks to the Hail Mary?
Let's do that. Let's remind you of how at 4-2 y'all season was over after the Hail Mary. That to me is a significant problem. That's a major problem when you're the number 1 overall pick and majority of the people know your season is over after the Hail Mary. Once I saw that, remember, Rocco, you go back and pull up the receipts. Don't say I didn't call it. I told y'all season was up after that. I said, yo, Chicago, because of what Tyreek Stevenson did, I said they shouldn't win another game this season. And sure enough, they went on that 9-game losing streak. And I'm like, Jesus, I didn't really see this coming. I just was talking.
Well, see, here's the thing about the Commanders. That loss was definitely a devastating blow, but it was the New England game when they just ran all over us, and they just did whatever they wanted to do. And Arizona did whatever they wanted to do. It was when they started losing games in absolutely pathetic fashion, like a blocked field goal against Green Bay as the clock started.
I like
yes,
that
Josh.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, or how about Detroit when we apparently forgot to learn how to do time management, and it's the game that got our head coach fired.
Yeah, our head coach definitely didn't know what he was doing. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna blame that on
Thanksgiving game made me want to throw up as a Bears fan.
Yeah, I can't blame that.
We had so much time on the clock, and we just wasted it. So
yeah, that's definitely on the coaching staff.
Yeah,
man,
that was ugly. Damn, was up jumping around before the hell, man.
Yeah, Tyreek Stevenson. I mean,
he pointed to the crowd and everything. Yeah,
I'm honestly shocked he didn't get cut this year. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think he made a play.
I think he made a play against us. He ended up making the play on the ball.
Yeah, he the one that tipped it.
Right,
he the one that tipped it. Big dummy. I cannot.
He said we beat Green Bay. I mean, we beat y'all too.
Hey.
Oh, sir. Y'all won the last week of the year. Y'all really counting that?
Yeah, of course, Dre, they gonna count it.
Hey,
sir, that's their Super Bowl.
Look, as a Bears fan, I'm gonna say this. Did we beat you the final week of the season? Yes, we did.
Take that.
That's fantastic. We snapped the losing streak. That was like 50,000 years long. Okay?
Yeah, I was about to say, we own y'all. I don't know.
But here's what I'm also gonna say is that as a Bears fan,
you got to take the
really the last two games have been close for Green Bay and Chicago. You know, it wasn't like those expected blowouts during the Aaron Rodgers era.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, them games
when
they
would absolutely blow out Chicago.
Plus, and then the last game we pulled Jordan Love, so I mean, I'm still mad that we lost.
Right,
a loss is a loss.
Like, right. That's the only thing I take away.
Still could have won that.
Is that both games last year were close. They weren't just epic blowouts. So
yeah, the close ones hurt. I ain't gonna lie, close loss hurt worse than blowouts to me.
Yeah. By the way, that 2013 Week 17 matchup is in my soul forever. Chris Conti, I hate you.
Oh yeah, it was it 4th and
Randall Cobb. I mean, freaking Randall Cobb going down the field, wins the division for the Green Bay Packers because of course he did. No.
It seemed like that ball was in the air for so long. I was like,
and then funny enough, Chris Conti got burnt 2 years later in Tampa Bay, and I think he got cut immediately next game. So
yeah, man, I was like, yeah, man, appreciate you, Dre, coming through.
That's it.
Yeah, man. So hey, Ralph, we're gonna do the NFC South and probably NFC East previews next week if you want to try to hop on for the NFC South on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We gotta have a certain person on that show. NFC South.
Hey, Ron, he unfriended me, so I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm kind of shocked he hasn't blocked me. So
yeah,
what? Whoa! What?
Hey, Dre, man.
Hey, keep it offline. Keep it offline.
That's Jay Will. That's Jay Will, man.
Yeah,
talk
keep
to
it
Jay
offline.
Will. Don't talk to me. Him and Jay Will beefing. So yeah, it is what it is, man. So go the last 2 weeks, except not last week, but the prior 2 weeks, go watch the first 5-10 minutes of the show. You'll see why.
So the show
last week.
Not last week, but week before last. 2 weeks ago. Last 2 weeks. Not last week.
Okay, so here's what happened. Hey, hold on. So just to establish it for the 4 million people watching around the world, 2 weeks ago, watch Ignorant Thinkers podcast. Watch Ron have a epic meltdown over Jay Will
and his wife come in there,
and his wife and all of his family and everybody there.
Start and then going in on Jay Will.
Stay tuned live. Watch the first 10 minutes of that show. That like nearly a half hour later.
Yeah. So let me.
So this happened on Tokyo-ish.
And it happened on Stay Tuned.
Yeah, so not last Tuesday, but the two Tuesdays before that.
Yeah. Watch
both those, the first 10 minutes of both those shows.
Yeah. Hey, disclaimer, by the way, I was at work with my headphones in, and I was dying laughing.
It was on. Hold on. It was on.
All I'm gonna say is I pray to God that everything gets better between everybody.
Hold on, I think I still might have it. Hold on, let me see if I still have it.
I thought
Oh no, I got it on there no more.
Hold on.
Yeah, I just pray to God everything gets better.
Oh no, it's a rap between Jay Will and Ron.
Yeah, Jay, Will, and Ron. That's a stone. That's a stone.
Yeah, it's over with. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, man. Not like I said, not last Tuesday, but the two Tuesdays before that, you gotta watch the first 10 minutes.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, man, we about to get up.
Hey, of course, man. Hey, good seeing you.
Yeah. All right, man, we up out. We about to end it anyway.
Yeah.
We out.
Yeah, Ralph, go watch those. Not like I said, not last week, but the 2 weeks before that.
And which show is it? To Stay Tuned Live.
Stay tuned live. Yeah.
So to get the whole story, you have to go to Inner Fingers podcast and watch the one from 2 weeks ago, and then you have to watch Stay Tuned Live. It's pretty much a 2-part.
Oh, Inner Thinkers, that one first, then Stay Tuned.
Yeah. So essentially, it was a 2-parter. Yeah.
Oh, so it started here and then ended over there.
So
yes, that's what
3
I'm
weeks.
saying.
So if you want to go
there.
3 weeks back,
yeah,
to Dennis show to Ignorant Thinkers podcast, you can watch some of that show, and then the last 2 weeks, or then the following 2 weeks. But then the last Stay Tuned, I put a little snippet of, you know what I'm saying, I kind of summed it up in the video, so you can watch that too. But I'm gonna send you I'll send it to you. I'll send the shows to you so you can watch it.
But hey, Josh.
Huh?
But hey, Josh, you know I got a lot of love and respect for you,
man. I just figured that he's not my friend on Facebook no more, but it's all good. He just sent something to me though, so I don't know. It's all good though. But Ralph, I'll send it to you though.
We'll see tomorrow. So.
All right, man. We up out of here. Hey, Ralph, man. It is what it. You know what I'm saying. You know we troll, so it is, dude. We gonna troll the hell out of you, man. It is what it is, man. We different over here, man.
I hope they patch that up. Well,
oh no, it's not happening. That's not gonna work. They talked about each other wives, mom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
second you put family into it, that's a wrap.
I'm gonna just send you the little snippet that sums it up.
Oh yeah, that's beyond repair, whatever. Boy, that's man.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. All right.
All right, we out.
All right, y'all.